Hello, everyone, and welcome to TJ and Ian have decided to build some role-playing game characters. Ian is on his way now, but yeah, he'll be here in just a second. We're moving from D&D the past 2 weeks. We've done some D&D character creation. Ian made an awesome Dragonborn Paladin. I myself created a pretty sweet Kenku Rogue. But now we're going to show you guys another one of the tabletop games, role-playing games that we carry here in our shop, the Freakopolis Geekery, and that is Savage Worlds. One of our favorite games. I think second to D&D, we've played Savage Worlds the most because for a few things. First up, you see right there that tagline, Fast, Furious, Fun. It really encompasses all those things. Here's Ian, he's finally made it. Coffee, hot and ready. And the other reason, I suppose, is that it's setting agnostic, I would say.
Yeah, one of the coolest strengths of Savage Worlds is the fact that it does not care if you're playing fantasy, or modern, or post-apocalyptic, or sci-fi, or horror, or whatever. You're pretty much good to go with this system, so definitely one of the greater strengths of it.
Yeah, so since you just mentioned all those things, I felt the need to bust out some of the possible settings that they have supplementary rule books for. So this itself is the complete Explorers
Deluxe
Explorers edition to Savage Worlds. It's pretty much the main book you need. You saw it there on our loading screen. It retails for like $10. It's super thin. And that'll get you started. And that's what we're going to be using today. It's good for modern settings.
Absolutely.
You could probably do like a low fantasy too. But if you want to expand your Savage Worlds game, there's also this is a super popular setting. Some really big Twitch streams do this setting. Actually, that is Deadlands, sort of freaky Wild West.
Yeah, and then you have stuff like their fantasy companion. If you felt like playing fantasy, not in D&D.
We also have the horror companion. So yeah, there's a lot of options, and this is only like the tip of the iceberg. There's a bunch of different settings for Savage Worlds.
Absolutely.
We will be needing just this one.
Yep.
The rest of tonight.
Baseline characters that could probably fit in any modern setting, I'm thinking.
I would think so. Yeah, you definitely have a certain type in mind.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, that's the gist of it. We'll run you guys quickly through the character sheet. It's nice and easy, unlike D&D 5th edition, which was like 3 pages.
Yeah, it's a little.
Although D&D is generally considered like pretty easy.
Yeah.
But this is even simpler. So we have here just 1 page. Player name, date created, the character profile, the physical description, attributes, which are pretty standard throughout most role-playing games, I think.
An important thing to note is that, like, under the name, you see they have concept. That's because Savage Worlds doesn't really so much have classes.
Yeah, it's a classless system as well.
So, I mean, you can definitely, like, my concept will be something like pilot or driver or something along those lines, but that doesn't mean that's his class.
No. But up next we have sort of pace and parry, things like that, your health tracking, edges and hindrances, which we'll get into, and skills, and then pretty much your gear. And that's basically it. You know, it's not a whole lot more than a D&D character sheet, and we'll have this filled out a couple times over by the end of this stream.
So you want to kick it off and start rolling up a guy here?
Well, we've got Ian listed up here first because I knew you had
I already have a concept in mind. So I'm going to name him Jim Slim.
Jim Slim. Did you build this character are you building him based off the name?
No, it's kind of the concept because I really love Fury Road, the movie. You know this. And Nux is really cool. I really like the War Boys, and so I was thinking I would make a War Boy.
And this is like a perfect setting, a perfect system for that.
Absolutely. So I thought Jim Slim was a good name for a War Boy.
I think so, yeah. So
concept, War Boy driver.
Nice.
Setting, modern / post-apocalyptic, whatever you want.
We can say road warrior.
Yeah, road warrior.
Modern road warrior.
That works.
And you might talk with your DM or something about, you know, the setting you're calling.
Yeah, absolutely.
What sort of concepts work well.
And his rank will be novice, because that's where we're kicking him off.
Right. Savage Worlds does not have classes, but they do sort of have levels.
They do.
And that is, you start at novice, that's the baseline level. And what are the levels?
Then you become seasoned, and then veteran, and then I've ever had a character get past veteran. Right, it's legendary, which oftentimes this is another thing you talk with your dungeon master about. They'll tell you, I'm looking for seasoned characters or something along those lines, and then you'll be able to work from there. But we're going to kick it off with the very baseline of a novice character.
He
is a human, yeah.
Human mutant?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm going to give him some...
You mutant?
You mutant?
There we go.
That works, I like that. You mutant.
You mutant.
Height. Warboys aren't that big.
No, because they're stunted from all their,
So he's probably like 5'6".
Okay, from not having the right nutrition.
Right.
Based in a post-apocalyptic world.
Straight white, all warboys are not like white people are white like post-apocalyptic.
We'll say alabaster.
Yeah.
Hair color?
No hair.
None. Eye color?
Brown. Weight, 120. He's gonna be anemic, yeah.
Handedness, right or left?
Let's go with right for now.
And body quirks.
I mean...
We can always develop that
Sure,
later.
yeah, he's probably got tattoos and stuff,
Sure.
but
so, I mean, this sort of stuff, the physical description things, you might, take some time to fill out your character sheet before doing something like this, but we figured we'd show it off a little bit. All right, now on to attributes.
Yes, so really creating a character. Let me bust into how they want you to go through this process.
Yeah, this will work a little differently than something like D&D, where you have a base score and then a modifier. Mm-hmm. In Savage Worlds, instead, you're spending points to up the value of die you're rolling.
Yes.
So when you make an agility check at this point, as seen here, you'll be rolling a d10, but when you make a smarts check,
a d4.
You'll be rolling a d4, yeah. And Savage Worlds recommends you start at d4 for all your attribute scores.
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes we, as our own homebrew way, start at d6, but give ourselves less points to assign, just because it feels like, that way, it's sort of like having a 10 in every stat in D&D.
Right, you don't have any particular weaknesses because you're a hero, but depending on how you want to min-max them and what you're looking for.
But we won't homebrew anything tonight. We'll just show you guys how to do the basic character creation for.
And with this character, I think I'm going to do, at first, D6s across the board with my 5 points to spend, just to even them out.
So how many points do you get?
You get 5.
You get 5 points.
So you can do D6s all the way through, and then level them up from there.
So 1, 2, 3,
4, and 5.
But you will get some more points through
hindrances that I choose. I'll get points to be able to up those once again. So I'm going to be looking for a driver who want a high agility and probably a decent spirit, maybe. See, or smarts.
Why don't we explain some of the things?
Sure. So agility is pretty self-descriptive. It's how fast you are, how agile you are, how quickly you react to things, and how hard you are to hit. Smarts refers to your intellect and your bank of knowledge. Spirit has a lot to do with, there's a mechanic called being shaken, when you take enough damage to disrupt you, but not enough damage to injure you, and your roll to become unshaken relies on spirit.
You're basically stunned at that point.
Exactly.
You're not injured, but you're taken aback, and you need to use that spirit roll to become unshaken.
Yep. So that's what that attribute is good for in particular. And then you have strength, which is, once again, you guys know what strength's about. And vigor, which is the equivalent of constitution, determines how tough you are. And also how hard someone needs to hit you in order to actually do damage.
Yeah. And a lot of these attributes up here, especially agility, smarts, strength, they are used in these skills. You can see the required attribute next to the skills, like boating requires agility, climbing, strength. So we'll get to those in just a little bit. But you're going to go with the base 6 for each of your attributes
across the board, yeah.
Where would you like to move to next?
Now it suggests that you go to skills, but seeing as I'm going to be spending some hindrance points on my attributes, I think that's the way we're going to do it. So let's go edges and hindrances. Now, as a human, I get a free edge. So I should probably look into that.
But you're a Q mutant.
I am a Q mutant. That doesn't give me any other advantage, though, so I'll take the edge.
That's true. It might give you an advantage in a certain setting.
Sure.
You talked about with your DM or something.
But as classically they put it. All right, let's see. Boom. Situational rules. Edges, page 34.
Yeah, so we'll flip to the edges. Edges now are essentially like they're sort of feats like from
D&D.
yeah, First Edition D&D. But basically, they're very powerful quirks to give your character. I would say they impact the playability and playstyle of your character quite a bit, and also bring in some characterization to the process too.
Let's see. Perhaps let's go with he's brave. Those with this edge have learned to master their fear. Perhaps are so jaded or emotionally distant that they've lost their normal fight or flight. Either way, your hero adds +2 to fear tests. I think maybe if you're driving through a Mad Maxian roadland, you might come across a fear test every once in a while with those giant sandstorms and stuff that roll in. Wow, goes Dr. Doom.
How's it going, man?
So yeah, he's probably just brave because I think Nux was brave. I think that's a
Definitely,
boy thing.
Absolutely.
So that is the my free edge I'm going to take. But now let's look at some hindrances he's going to have.
So hindrances, on the other hand, are sort of bad quirks that you give your character
in order to gain more edges. So for each major hindrance you gain, you also are able to give a counterpoint edge to strengthen your character.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really cool stuff to be able to really add some depth to your character. And speaking of depth, I think I'm going to make a little work for the Dungeon Master by saying that he has a major enemy.
Ooh.
Like he escaped from the grasps of a Morton Joe or something like that.
Right, so that's definitely something you would want to talk to
Yes.
the DM about, create some sort of piece of fiction around this character you've created, and hopefully your DM introduces that enemy.
Exactly, and that makes for an interesting player-DM dynamic, and it also really can change up the story on you pretty quick when your enemy that's been hunting you down smashes in and tries to mess everything up for you.
For sure.
So that is one hindrance I'm taking. I can take one major hindrance and 2 minor hindrances. So
Let's load them up.
yeah, let's see what else we can get. You cannot take cautious and brave.
No, that makes pretty good sense.
Illiterate. War boys don't learn how to read. That's a minor one.
Illiterate. That's a minor?
Yep.
So is there any modifiers? Does that have any mechanical?
He cannot read. He can probably sign his name and knows what a stop sign means, but nothing else.
Okay. Yeah, so nothing against rolls or anything, but
No, but
literally
it
can't read.
Right, so if you were to pick up a book or, read a map or something, you'd probably not be able to do it.
Right, yeah.
And finally, I need one more minor hindrance. There's a lot of major ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of major.
Let's go with... I want one eye, but it would ruin his shooting. It would be badass, but...
We should mention there's I don't know, there's probably a few dozen of each edge and hindrance, and they all have their own little piece of mechanical twist they put on your character. So when you're making a character, you might want to spend some time really reading through these and figuring out what fits your vision for this guy.
Absolutely. So I think, because I'm going with mostly story-based hindrances, vow. You will have a vow to never leave behind his car.
He's going to vow to his own vehicle.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright, so that enables you to take, 2 more edges, right?
Yes, so I get 4 points in total.
Right.
That allows me to take either 2 more edges, or increase my stats.
4 times.
Right, by 4 dice. So I'm going to increase his agility to a d8, and I feel like spirit is just a natural choice for him. So he's going to have a high spirit as well. So that's 2 of my points. So I get 2
edges.
2 edges as well. Let's go with alertness.
You know, there's some really good
mechanic-based edges and stuff. Alertness. Let's see if we can find one of those.
There's definitely some very good, driving and fixing
Yep.
edges.
Da-da-da. Trademark weapon is a cool one. Oh, these are all the archetypes now. I'm looking for a driver. It should just be an edge of its own. Brave, brawny, fleet-footed, linguist, luck, noble, quick, rich, filthy rich. Brawler, bruiser, combat reflexes, dodge. There's a lot of options.
There is a lot of edges, and each sort of setting rule book also gives you a ton more options for edges, relative to the setting inside. So that gives you a lot of options. But since we're just using the basic Savage Worlds Deluxe Explorers Edition,
This is what we're going to go with.
yeah, we have our choice of just a couple dozen.
I think I'm going to take Steady Hands.
Okay.
Which, if things are unstable, I do not take a modifier against driving. So, in like a sandstorm.
We'll call it, you can remember that.
Sure.
Alright, cool.
So that is a lot of the base stuff.
Yeah, so we have your attributes done now. He's pretty agile, sort of slightly above average smarts.
I think for a war boy, yeah.
Spirit, he's high spirited,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Strength and vigor are
also of a sort of cut above state, but not legendary. And that is the fact that we're playing a novice. Season gives you more options to up these to different die types as well.
absolutely.
We've also got your edges and hindrances done. This war boy, what do you call him, Jim Slim?
Yeah, he's Jim Slim.
Is brave, alert.
He has steady hands.
But he also has an enemy. He's illiterate. He has a vow.
Yeah.
To his car.
To his car. So finally we have the skills. Skills are learned abilities, such as shooting, fighting, scientific knowledge, professional aptitudes, and so on. You have 15 skill points to distribute among your skills. Each die type costs 1 skill point, starting at a d4. If you're unskilled, you roll a d4 minus 2, which doesn't leave you much room to do very well with your rolls.
No, not at all.
As long as the skill is equal to or less than the attribute it's linked to. So, for example, I'm going to obviously put a d8 into driving. That is 1 to become a d4, 1 to become a d6, and then 3 for a d8.
Count.
Yes. So that's 3 in my driving.
Nice. All right. Just need some scrap paper to keep track of these 15 points we're able to spend.
Yes. And then, beyond that, if I were to increase his driving to a d10, it would cost an additional 2 points instead of just 1 point to keep going up because of the nature of Savage Worlds, where if you are your attribute is beneath the skill, it costs more to upgrade in that particular skill.
Right.
So that's 3 points to bring my driving to a d8, and I think it's fair that my fighting goes there as well.
Both agility-based skills, right? So
Yes, indeed.
lead up to-
Agility is... Savage Worlds weights itself towards agility a little. If your character is not particularly agile, they might have a hard time.
If it's a fighting
Yeah.
type character.
Yeah, no, there could be a bunch of
It
different...
could be a doctor who's totally clumsy.
Absolutely.
Very smart.
So that's 6 points spent, and I think I'm going to take a d6 in Guts. He's going to have the guts to pull off some crazy moves.
Now, what kind of thing would guts be used?
Guts would be used, per se, like you're charging into a room that you know is full of zombies. And your Dungeon Master says, that's a scary situation. I'm going to need you to throw Guts to be able to really rally yourself together in order to make that charge. Well, that's what Guts is good for.
For sure.
Particularly focused on in horror campaigns, but I feel like in a post-apocalyptic campaign, there's a lot of potential for rolling Guts as well.
I think I played Hollow Earth once. Is that a Savage World setting? I've heard that.
I haven't heard of it as a Savage World setting, or perhaps it doesn't have a companion, but we'll give it a look for sure.
Incidentally, Guts only applies in certain campaigns.
Yes.
They've eliminated it from the standard list.
Yeah, generally, unless you're playing horror or your Dungeon Master says otherwise, Guts isn't even in there.
Cthulhu
Yeah,
uses Guts.
Call of Cthulhu-esque games.
Hollow Earth is, in fact,
Very
a Savage
cool.
World setting. I've not played it in the past. I've played some homebrew stuff. I've played a fantasy, a modern, some superheroes.
Yeah.
But none of the real main brand.
No, Deadlands
Yeah.
and Weird War. We
No,
played
the other
Weird War a
one-
little.
Yeah, and I have played 17, I think.
uh,
50
is it
fathoms.
50 Fathoms? Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's cool. I'll have to look into the Hollow Earth. Yeah.
Surprised the store doesn't have it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Weird. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, take a look for sure.
So, to put a D6 in there, that's another 2 points, so I'm at 8. Boom. We're going to head on over to shooting, or, shooting at the bottom of the middle row. And that's going to have to be a D8, because I picture this guy as having a rusty double barrel that he
Yes.
shoves out the driver's side and
You're taking a lot of inspiration from
Fury Road.
Fury Road.
Yeah,
Max,
but I feel like it's a very Savage Worldsy setting.
It is,
so.
definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. What else might he be particularly good with? You'd
You still
probably.
got what? How many points you got left? 4?
Yeah, I got 4 points left, and he would probably throw 2 into Notice.
Yeah, not a bad idea to have a couple points of notice.
So that would make it a D6, and he also, with his Alertness, gets a +2 to those types of rolls. So he's particularly alert, which leaves me at 13. So I have 2 points left.
You don't need a ton of room
Space
there.
there.
Yeah.
Anything you would advise?
Let's see. Persuasion, piloting, repair.
Oh,
riot.
repair.
Repair makes pretty good sense.
Yeah,
for
he's got to have a
2
D6
points.
in repair.
Yeah. So that is your 15 points. You have a pretty base level of skill.
Yeah, as a
Nothing too
novice,
crazy.
you can't expect him to have a huge array of skills. He's going to be good at what he's trained at, and that is mostly driving, fixing things, shooting, and fighting.
Yeah, you're sort of like a slightly above average person in this world who stepped up and has now been drawn into this crazy, campaign that you find yourself in once you get to playing. But you have some nice hooks for the GM.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Val.
Yep.
They could definitely twist your arm here with the Val.
Yeah. I think making this character in this type of setting, you kind of have to accept that maybe they won't make it, that there might be a giant explosion or fight or something, and they got to be attached to something. So yeah, this is the type of guy that even if his car was about to go rearing off a cliff, he would stay in it and try and keep control. So.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So, I mean, we won't be doing Arcane Powers, given that this is sort of a Mad Max setting. We're sort of pretending we're going to play.
Right.
Arcane Powers probably not coming into play here. But we could definitely take a look at possessions and war gear if you wanted to.
Yes, that's where I was
We
heading.
can find that double-barrel shotgun.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to be looking for. So, you can grab some modern armor, but I don't think he would have it.
It's not shirtless.
Yeah, exactly. Like, shotguns, double barrel. It costs $150.
Well, we will say.
He starts with 500 anyway.
Oh, really?
$500. 500 Nuka-Cola caps. So for a shotgun, its range. Double barrel.
That's good enough. Its range. What is the shotgun's range?
12, 24, 48.
Now, that seems sort of odd, huh?
Yes, it does.
But what it's really saying is 12, 24, and 48 are the number of squares on like an average map you can shoot.
Sure, and weirdly enough, Savage Worlds uses inches,
Right.
where 1 inch represents 2 yards. Money is meaningless in the wasteland.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't buy this.
No, he absolutely scavenged this piece of gear. And so, a shotgun has a rate of fire of 1 to 2, because it's got 2 barrels.
Right, so you can, each round you have initiative, you can shoot.
Yeah,
Once or
you can hit
twice.
both triggers.
Yeah.
So damage is 1 through 3d6 based on range. At maximum range, 1d6. At minimum range, 3d6. So obviously a shotgun is more powerful up close. And weight, if you care about that, is 2. 2 indiscriminate. 2 units. Yeah.
Just like money. The points are meaningless.
Yeah. What else might he have?
I would think you would have some sort of, maybe an axe, like fireman's axe.
Yeah,
or
that
like
makes
a,
sense.
Some sort of melee weapon, I imagine. It could just even be like a catalytic converter.
Yeah, do they have any good modern? No, when they think modern, they think like chainsaws and stuff. But an axe sounds about right. And you could always easily reflavor this as, you know, a large wrench or, you know, something along those lines. Because an axe does, it's got a range of nothing.
You gotta be adjacent.
Right up close to him, yeah. And it does strength plus a d6.
Ah, man. I wish they gave us a little more.
Just a
space
little
here.
more, I know.
No options. Alright, well.
We still kind of see it,
it's
yeah.
legible there.
And an axe has a weight of 2 as well. It's the same as my shotgun.
You got 4 weight. Armor.
Armor, none. He would not wear armor. He probably couldn't find it if he tried.
And possessions, I suppose, under this circumstance, you get.
The rest of the money's going in my rig.
Yeah, you got your war rig, right?
Stay away from my ride before I bust you with a monkey wrench.
I think that encapsulates
literally
Jim Slim.
yeah. War rig, which would probably be something like a Chevy with a bunch of, you know, sheet metal taped to the sides and stuff.
You think of like a pickup truck?
Yeah, probably like a truck.
Nice.
That's what I'm thinking anyway. Out in the wastes of Australia or something. But and that, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't expect him to have many more resources starting off.
No, he's probably got a a wine skin or something,
right?
With water and a toolbox or something. But that's probably about it. Right?
Yeah, that's all he needs.
So yeah, I mean that's the basic gist of creating
a novice character in Savage Worlds.
a novice Savage Worlds character. So let's just go over it real quick. Jim Slim, the war boy driver in a modern road warrior setting. Rank novice. Race, hue mutant.
Who we treated like a human.
Skin tone, alabaster.
No hair.
No hair, he's shaved head. Sort of a slight guy. He's got D8 in agility, D8 in spirits.
D6 and everything else.
But he is brave.
He's brave.
He'll charge into the fray. He's alert. He has steady hands.
Yep.
So, yeah, he seems like sort of a steadfast guy. He also has an enemy. He's illiterate. And he has a vow to his war rig. Decent in driving, fighting, and shooting. And, moderately okay in guts, repair, and notice.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pretty well balanced. And, yeah, for weapons, he's got his trusty double-barreled shotgun, a fireman's axe, and for possessions, his only required possession, the war rig. And I really like the suggestion you're throwing out there. His goal is to outfit it with electrical wires to shock anything he hits. That's why he named it Zeus.
Zeus. That also makes a lot of sense because he's illiterate. So, like, Zeus could be somebody, a name passed down from...
Yeah, no, there's a lot of, like, mythological
tradition.
elements.
Yeah.
So that would absolutely make sense. I really like that idea.
Yeah,
and so, I think
we also have pace, parry. We should probably explain toughness a little bit. 2 plus half of vigor.
So we take his d6, we say that a 6 cut in half is a 3, and then we give it plus 2. He has a toughness of 5.
0.
Yep,
Charisma.
charisma is only affected by various edges and hindrances, like if your character is super ugly or super charming, your charisma may raise or lower. For parry, that is based on your fighting. So with a d8, I would be looking at a 4, and then plus 2 for a 6.
I feel like 6 and 5 are pretty average.
They are, yeah, absolutely. You probably, at Novice, have a 6 or 5 in one or the other. And then all humans have a pace of 6, unless said otherwise. Though I could find out the stats for the war rig, but maybe we'll save that for another time.
Sure. Zeus with his mighty hammer mold. That's how we remember this. That's perfect, man.
I love
it. Your contributions.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do one more. I think I'm going to change the setting up a little bit.
Sounds good.
But this is, yes, TJ, who's the blank character sheet again. And I'm looking to make, I think, like a sort of playboy hacker.
Oh, that sounds good.
A guy that's very charismatic and sort of spends his days maybe poolside.
Yeah.
But then in the at night he's hacking away at some mega corporations.
Yeah,
so sort of this like what is the Wildstorm-esque setting?
Sure, yeah, Wildstorm would be a good example, and I think that this is a guy that could go for modern, or he could be in a cyberpunk or Shadowrun-esque setting.
Yeah, exactly.
And you would totally nail it there.
We'll start with modern. So we'll say
Megacore, modern.
Corp USA.
Okay, that'll
We'll say
do.
modern.
Yeah.
I won't name him yet because I tend to like. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It might not be a total jerk. Maybe more like Tony Stark sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, we'll name him afterward. I like to get the names from either you guys or maybe Patchwork. You have a name in mind.
Glad you're here with us, Patchwork. It's more fun with
Yeah, definitely.
throwing out suggestions and stuff.
He'll be a novice.
He will.
He will also be a human.
Though at some point we'll have to make non-human characters in this setting.
Skin tone, irrelevant. Hair color, we'll say. Why not blonde?
Sure.
Eye
Switch it up.
color, blue. Maybe he's like Scandinavian or something. 6'2", 180 pounds, right-handed, and no body quirks. So, as a hacker type, I think we're going to need to, I'm going to plug some points in that smarts immediately,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, I want to get him up to D8. That's going to be
So that's 2 of your...
my 5 points, right?
Yeah. So he's probably going to have a weakness of some sort.
Yeah, I think we'll say decently agile as well.
Okay.
So there's 4.
Yep.
But
That's always a tough choice.
yeah, these 3 are tough to pick between, right?
I would say personally Vigor, given that he might be tough, but he probably doesn't get much exercise to really work on that. So strength, spirit, probably not the hardest of his.
For sure. Oh, yeah,
nice.
I do like that. A lot of mythology stuff.
That's fine. I dig it. I dig it a lot. 1 eye. Well, then you have to give him 1 eye perk.
Fjord. And we'll say, a.k.a. Odin.
Awesome.
Nice. Alright, so, yeah, he's decently agile, smart. You've got to have some smarts. And vigorous. He's probably a big dude. Maybe we'll bump up his weight a bit just to reflect that. Let's say like 220.
Sure.
It's not all, he's a little pudgy.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So yeah, we're going to move on to, I think I'll do edges first too.
Sounds good.
Just to
Let
get
me
a sense
flip
of it.
on over to those edges.
And he gets 1 free one.
He does, for being a human.
Yeah. So,
I think this is, there's 1 page behind that.
I don't know, can we say rich?
I think, yeah. Yeah, the setting for Megacore, I would definitely permit
Yeah.
there to be rich.
So, he gets the rich modifier. It's, what, 150,000 or something?
Yeah, you have the equivalent of a 150,000 annual salary.
It's got a cyber eye, but it doesn't work that well. It's really a data storage unit. It just looks like a cyber eye. I'm into it.
If he was, in a Cyberpunk or Shadowrun setting, I think that would be freaking killer.
Alright, let's do hindrances since that's the one free
Yes.
edge he gets.
So we'll move on back to hindrances. I already see Big Mouth, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, though, you can't, hide secrets. and
No,
things.
he's very bad at that.
It's not like
But-
you're just loud. It's like you
They literally hand out information.
Yeah.
But maybe people don't really interact with him face to face that often, and then when they do, he has this,
Sure.
but you can look on through if you want. I just thought it would be funny for this particular character.
Well, let's see.
I think
There is
it's,
1 eye, right?
yes, there is.
Not blind. Let's take a look.
I think it's
1 eye. Hero lost an eye for some unfortunate reason. He doesn't wear a patch or buy glasses replacement. He suffers -1 to his charisma. Shooting and throwing is at a -2.
so he's better up close than not. But yeah, one eye I think would be awesome on a hacking character. I think that would be Oh, Patchwork, please don't mind Nightbot. He's finicky. He has a mind of his own. We're glad you're here, even if Nightbot isn't. So
We'll have to tune him down. All right, so he's got one eye.
yeah, -2 to shooting or throwing.
That's his major.
Yep.
Take it off, man.
See you, Dale.
I didn't want to interrupt.
No worries, no worries.
It's understandable. I'm glad you were there last night. That was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but it was awesome watching you guys play. But my connection at the house was
We
so
are, in
laggy.
fact, in a store.
No, it's understandable. We try our best to. Sometimes they let us like degrade the.
The quality,
no,
so
it was clearly on my wireless connection. just
Gotcha.
Sucked, you know. But it was, I enjoyed it.
Cool. Very
And
good.
yeah, I came to get
Oh.
1000, but
You sold out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Take it easy, man.
Thank you,
Have a
yeah.
good night.
We'll catch you later.
too.
Action Comics 1000 flew off the shelf. Patchwork.
What?
Don't mind him. Please stick around with us. Alright, so he has one eye as a major hindrance. I don't think it can be minor. I don't think he can minorly be missing an eye.
No, I don't think so either. But he does likely wear. You know, he either has a glass eye or that cybernetic eye.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So he doesn't. He's not uncharismatic.
Right, he's just not quite as good at throwing or shooting. Alright, so what else are you thinking? Phobia?
Oh, let me take a look here.
Keep on searching, you'll find it.
Yeah, for sure. Quirk, stubborn. Is that minor? I think it makes a lot of sense for this guy to be stubborn, as you know, he thinks he is the top hacker.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You know, of the time, but you know, he might. That's probably an over exaggeration.
Sounds like he also probably wants arrogant as a minor.
Let's see, what does arrogant... so stubborn reads, this stubborn individual always wants his way and never admits he's wrong, even when it's painfully obvious he's made a mistake. He tries to justify it with half-truths and rationalizations.
Sounds like fun.
Arrogant.
Can you be minorly arrogant?
No, just major.
Just majorly arrogant.
Some hindrances have major or minor.
Yeah, sometimes you have your
Oh, but
choice.
he's wanted.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Absolutely. He's minorly wanted.
Yeah, sure. Wanted, minor, for some slight against, you know, maybe he threw up, he hacked into a company's website and threw up a bad image of their president or something
Right.
like that. So, cool, wanted. So there's his minor and major hindrances. He's only got one eye. That'll affect his shooting ability. Stubborn and wanted, but he's going to get some edges from that, right?
Yes, he is. He has 4 points now that can be spent on edges or skills or increasing stats.
But let's see. To upgrade 1 to a D6, is that 1 point or 2?
To upgrade 1 to a D6, when it comes to using these particular points, it doesn't matter what the die is. You can up one attribute by 1.
Okay.
That's
1 point.
It's a slightly confusing thing with all these various point systems they use, but yeah, you have your initial attribute points, your skill points, your 15 skill points, and then the 4 maximum potential points that you get from hindrances, which are actually more powerful points than
Right.
your initial ones.
Because
So.
they're able to be distributed amongst different
Yeah.
parts of the
Yeah,
character.
you have more options.
Alright, so I'll spend 1 point
On Spirit?
on Spirit just because I feel like if he gets shaken, it's going to suck if he...
Probably
Yeah.
so, yeah.
But we'll leave the strength as a bit of a weakness.
I think that makes sense.
And take a look
At some more edges you can have, that would be page 37.
37.
I believe so.
Yes, there is. You know, I kind of like the idea of him being a linguist, having the ability to pick up on languages, maybe knowing a couple more than just English.
Yeah, no, it's a very multinational world when you go in these near future kind of things.
Exactly. So that's 1 as well, right?
Yep.
So he's got 2 left.
Yes, he does.
I might dump another. Yeah, I'm gonna dump another in smarts. I like making smart Savage Worlds characters for some reason. So let's see, linguist. The character has an ear for languages and a rare talent for recognizing similarities between them. A character with this edge starts with a number of languages equal to his smarts die and can make a smarts roll at -2 to make herself understood in any language or dialect that she has heard or spoken for at least a week.
Wow.
All right, so that's pretty good. So a number of languages equal to the smarts die. I imagine that's
a 10.
Is it 10 languages or is it 4?
Equal to your smarts die.
10.
Yeah.
Jesus, 10 languages. Like, there's only like, so many people know that many languages.
He is a particularly smart dude. Like.
That's true, yeah. Alright, so we will say, I'm just going to put the page number here.
Sure.
Page 36.
Cool.
Just to look that up later.
Then you have one left.
1 point left. Let's see.
Anything interesting?
A lot of these are like fighting ones. So,
Yes.
yeah.
They don't quite make sense. It should be, you'd think there was a hacker one. There's something in there. Isn't there a computer-based one? Or am I thinking all thumbs, the hindrance that
The opposite
stops
one?
you? Yeah, from
Yeah.
using computers well.
I think I will take command. Command is the ability to give clear instructions to surrounding allies and force your hero's will upon them. This makes your characters' compatriots more willing to fight on their side despite their wounds. And so it adds +1 to their spirit rolls to recover from being shaken. Yeah, so I think we'll do
That sounds useful. Yeah.
When I say command.
So that gives him some combat usefulness.
Yeah, at least a little something. +1. Spirit.
First shake. Versus Shaq.
Which is shock, because I missed the D. I'll just say +1 spirit.
That's fine.
Cool. Alright. Now, so there's our edges, hindrances, and attributes done. Quite a smart dude. Slightly agile.
Mhm.
Maybe he goes for a morning run or something. Or
Sure.
maybe he does yoga.
Right,
He's a
yeah.
playboy, and,
But he doesn't
gets some
really
stretches in.
he doesn't really exercise.
No. Rich through probably his day job, and then little gray market money coming in.
Sure.
Linguist, communicating with hackers and teams from all over the world, maybe.
Yep.
Or trying to. He's working his way towards being at that level.
Makes sense to me.
He's commanding. He can help his friends out with accurate details on what's going on. But fortunately, he's only got one eye. But
Hey, Vault.
He has a glass eye or something.
Glad
What's
you're
going on,
here.
dude?
We're making Savage Worlds characters. These are characters for a modern setting.
Stubborn, and he's wanted for a minor crime he pulled against Mick Chicken King.
That sounds pretty awesome. All right, what is he good at skill-wise?
Let's see. What kind of things would be sort of computer? I guess knowledge?
Knowledge would,
computers?
yeah, would absolutely be
He's
up
got
there.
15 points, right?
Yep,
We can put 4 in knowledge.
you can. So you could bring that to a D10.
Okay.
Did you say a modern wasteland?
Well, Ian's character was a wastelander. Luke Fjord is a little more. He's more in a world a little bit closer to ours, I
Yeah.
suppose. All right, so there's 4 points. Man, I feel like we get a lot.
You do.
Not really lock picking.
He picks advanced locks.
yeah, exactly. The lowest locks. Probably repair, definitely.
Yep,
Let's say a D8.
that sounds good.
Not as much of a hardware guy.
No. Arcane.
No. Shooting will give him a D6.
Sure.
You know, isn't it like the Swedes that have?
They always have a
in every
gun.
household or something. So there's 9 points.
Shooting. I
It's
think
an
that,
option.
I think that
It's
would
an
be
gambling is an option.
pretty funny. Streetwise. Absolutely.
It's a D. How many points do I have left? I have 6 left, so I can do D8 in these 2. But I kind of want someone to notice.
You don't want any in fighting?
No, he just shoots.
He just shoots with one eye.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't see him getting in a fist fight. I mean, I guess I'll try, but
You'll let him throw a D4 in there.
a D4. Streetwise, that's one more.
So leaves us with 5 left. Streetwise can be a
D6.
D6.
It's 12. Gambling, D6.
You give him another D4. And notice.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of min-max, but he has a pretty good spread, I think.
He does.
He's got this, a D10 in knowledge, computers in particular, although also like languages, you could probably say.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But then, so D6 is D8, and D4 fighting and notice. Nice. No arcane powers.
No.
They're based pretty much in technology. Weapon. I don't know, what kind of weapon options is there?
He's rich, so he could literally take any weapon and armor out of the book if he was actually heading out into the field, which I believe starts on page 50-something? That's the right stuff. Being rich pretty much gives you the advantage of being able to look through the book and just pick whatever gear you want. And that is the edge.
Yeah, I mean, he probably has a bunch of.
Probably.
We'll just pick the one thing that he keeps by his side, you know?
Yeah. This is what he goes out with.
Yeah. A Glock 9mm.
Alright. Has a range of. Glock has a 12, 24, 48.
Okay.
A rate of fire of 1.
Damage?
Classic. 2d6.
Just regular 2d6?
Yep.
Okay. And weight?
Weight is 3. It's
3.
heavier than a fireman's axe.
Maybe it's like weight on your mind. I could kill somebody right now. You gotta carry that around with me.
The thing it does have, however, compared to almost every other modern pistol, is it carries 17 rounds, which is the next closest thing is a how could a Ruger? No, yeah, a Ruger. All right, not a revolver. A Ruger 22 contains 9. So, like, a Glock is a good choice if you just want to keep on shooting in a modern setting.
And possessions, I mean, he's got a lot.
He probably has a lot. How much of it do you need to put down?
Probably just his computer. Raven.
Yeah, that's cool.
We'll say that, pretty much builds him out. So, to go over our character,
You don't think you'd have some Kevlar?
I'm sure he does, yeah. He does probably go out with it too.
Right.
Chest.
Which... Oh, here's all the vehicles. Definitely take a look at that soon.
For sure.
Not medieval armor, modern armor. A Kevlar vest gives you +2 up close, +4 at range.
+2.
+4.
What's a weight?
Tis 8.
Ooh.
A little
Carrying
heavy.
around some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, you would be. Okay, so
Nice. Player named TJ. Character name Luke One Eye Fjord, aka Odin. He's a playboy hacker. in the Megacorp USA modern setting, ranked novice. He's a human, as that's pretty standard for this sort of near future techno.
Yeah, unless you were playing Shadowrun or something.
Blonde hair, blue eye, as he's a Swede, 6'2", 220, right-handed. Extremely smart guy, decently agile too, thanks to his yoga regiment every morning. And decently spirited and vigorous as well, but not very strong.
Not particularly strong, no.
He's like he's sort of like an Erlich Bachman body.
Sure.
shape. Oh, we didn't do pace.
Yeah, pace is going to be 6.
6.
Carry, however, is going to be his D4 in fighting, 4 plus 2. His toughness is going to be a 5, but it's actually going to be a 7-9 because he gets a plus 2 to his toughness.
From what?
From his Kevlar vest.
Oh, yeah.
And then a plus 4 if he's being shot at.
Right. 7 or 9.
And charisma, he has none, but don't you worry, he can buy his way.
He would be in the negative.
He could be in the negatives if he didn't wear an eye patch.
He is rich thanks to his day job. He's a linguist. That's just one of his hobbies. He studies up on those languages.
He can
and
command
he uses,
his friends.
Yeah, he uses his knowledge of systems and workings. He uses his management degree. Unfortunately, though, he lost an eye at some point. We never really established why.
No, I have a feeling it's because of that shooting skill.
Could be, yeah. But he's a stubborn bastard, and he's wanted by, who did you say?
McChicken.
Chicken King. The D4 in fighting, D6 in gambling. That's one of his other hobbies. Yoga, languages,
Gambling.
But he's extremely knowledgeable about languages and computer ops. D4 notice, D8 repairs, just some hardware, some tech repair stuff. Sometimes he'll go out on the range, but not, not his favorite thing in the world.
And you kind of need street smarts when you're negotiating with hackers and stuff.
Sure.
So,
and he carries a Glock on the daily just in case he gets in a sticky situation. Wears a Kevlar vest because he feels like he's on the up and up. He's going to be loaded one day and he needs some protection. He has this computer Raven aptly named after his moniker, his alias.
Presumably, you can also assume he has a car, a house,
Oh yeah,
a
he
bunch of
definitely
other
does,
property, but you don't really have to put that on the sheet
No.
unless you're going into a situation where your game master says, "I'd like to know about your car," blah blah blah.
For sure. So yeah, that's pretty much how you make a character, a novice level modern character in Savage Worlds, using just the stuff from this book right here, the Savage Worlds Deluxe Explorers Edition Handbook. It's available at the Freakopolis Geekery for the low price of $9.99. I think it's online too at
It is as well.
freakopolis.com. And if you're watching us here on Twitch, you can use the code TwitchFan, I believe. Right?
I think that's what it is.
Yes, TwitchFan at freakopolis.com to receive 20% off your copy of Savage Worlds, along with any of these other settings and more, like the Horror Companion, Fantasy Companion,
Deadlands.
or Deadlands.
Or Weird War 1, or The Last Parsec, or a bunch of
Superheroes.
awesome stuff that they have going on.
So I think this was a little more straightforward than D&D.
It is, and that's just because the openness of the system permits you to kind of make your own choices as you move along, but they're not lying when they say it's a fast, furious, fun character sheet even, because you can make a novice character.
It goes, like 20 minutes each?
If you're at all familiar with the system, it's a snap. Boom, you have a character ready to go. Then leveling up to seasoned and whatnot, it doesn't take too much work beyond that. And throwing the character in a game, you have a fully fleshed out character with strengths and weaknesses that you can make in like 20 minutes.
And that'll do it for this week's TJ and Ian, who decided to build Savage World characters live. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.
Thanks for chilling.
Patchwork, nice having you here, man. Vault, good to see you.
Absolutely.
And we'll be on soon. Likely, probably not tonight.
I don't know what I'll be doing tonight. Maybe I'll play Isolation. Maybe not. We'll see.
See you guys soon.
Take it easy, guys.